if the open road wasn't as free as it seems. Tonight, we're traveling down America's haunted highways, where true crime, paranormal whispers, and urban legends collide. From a vanishing hitchhiker in Texas to a chilling murder along Route 66, these stories will make you think twice before driving alone at night. Buckle up. This is Haunted Highways of America. The American highway is a symbol of freedom, adventure, and possibility. But for some, it's a place of terror. Tonight, we're diving into 3 stories tied to the open road, all connected by a single theme: the mysteries that lurk where asphalt meets the unknown. From Texas to Illinois to California, these tales of true crime, paranormal encounters, and urban legends will leave you questioning what's waiting in the shadows. Have you ever driven alone at night and felt watched? Stick around, because these stories might sound familiar. Let's start our journey in the Lone Star State, where a stretch of road hides a secret that's haunted drivers for decades. Highway 281 cuts through the heart of South Texas, winding past ranches, oil fields, and forgotten towns. It's the kind of road where you can drive for hours without seeing another soul. But in the summer of 1978, one driver's late-night trip turned into a nightmare he'd never forget. Meet John Martinez, a 32-year-old oil worker heading home to San Antonio after a long shift. It was just past midnight, and the air was thick with the smell of mesquite and dust. As John's headlights swept across the road, he saw her, a young woman in a white dress, standing on the shoulder, thumb outstretched.
I thought, what's a girl doing out here, alone? She looked lost. Her dress was old-fashioned, like something my grandma would have worn.
John pulled over, his tires crunching on gravel. The woman climbed into the passenger seat without a word. Her skin was pale, almost glowing in the dashboard light, and her eyes, they seemed to look right through him.
I asked her where she was headed. She just said, home, and pointed down the road. I figured I'd drop her off in the next town, but the whole time I felt this, cold, like someone was breathing down my neck.
They drove in silence for 20 minutes. John glanced at her, trying to make small talk, but she only stared ahead. Then, as they approached a sharp curve near Alice, Texas, she spoke.
This is where it happened.
John's blood ran cold. He turned to ask what she meant, but the seat was empty. The door was still locked. The air felt heavy, like a storm was about to break. John slammed on the brakes, his truck skidding to a stop. He searched the road, the ditches, the darkness, nothing. The woman was gone, shaken. He drove to a diner in Alice and told his story to a waitress, who didn't seem surprised.
You're not the first. Folks have been seeing her onto 181 for years. Always at night. Always near that curve.
The waitress shared a local legend. In 1953, a young woman named Maria Delgado died in a car crash on that exact curve. Her fiancé was driving, and locals say she's been hitchhiking ever since, trying to get home. Drivers report picking her up, only for her to vanish before they reach town. Some say they've seen her in their rearview mirror, staring from the back seat. Skeptics claim it's just a story, a trick of tired eyes on a lonely road. But John wasn't the only one. In 1985, a trucker reported the same woman, down to her white dress. In 1992, a family swore she appeared in their minivan, only to disappear at the same curve. Each story ends the same, an empty seat and a lingering chill. What's the truth behind Maria's ghost? Is she a restless spirit, or a shared hallucination born from the isolation of Highway 281? One thing's certain, drivers still avoid that curve after dark. But Texas isn't the only state with haunted roads. Our next story takes us to Illinois, where a stretch of Route 66 holds a darker secret, one stained with blood. Route 66, the Mother Road, stretches from Chicago to California, a ribbon of Americana lined with diners, motels, and memories. But in the summer of 1972, a 20-mile stretch near Springfield, Illinois, became a hunting ground for a killer who was never caught. It began with a disappearance. Susan Carter, a 19-year-old college student, was driving home from a concert in St. Louis. Her car was found abandoned on Route 66, keys still in the ignition, her purse untouched. Locals whispered about a drifter seen at a nearby gas station, but the trail went cold. Then, 3 months later, it happened again. Michael Hayes, a 27-year-old mechanic, vanished after pulling over to fix a flat tire. His truck was found with a single clue, a bloodstain on the driver's seat. The police were baffled. No bodies, no witnesses, just empty vehicles left like ghosts. By 1973, 3 more people disappeared along the same stretch, each case linked by one detail, a strange symbol carved into the pavement nearby, a circle with a slash through it.
We called it the Reaper's Mark. Whoever was doing this, they wanted us to know it was them. Like they were taunting us.
Panic gripped Springfield. Drivers avoided Route 66 after dark, and truckers shared stories of a tall figure in a hooded coat, standing just beyond the headlights. One witness, a waitress named Linda, claimed she saw the figure the night Michael Hayes disappeared.
I was closing up the diner when I saw him. He was across the road, just standing there. I felt this dread, like he was waiting for someone. I locked the door and called the cops.
The climax came in August 1974, when a farmer found something chilling in a cornfield off Route 66, a shallow grave containing Susan Carter's locket and Michael Hayes' wallet. No bodies, just personal items, arranged in a circle around that same carved symbol. The discoveries stopped as suddenly as they began. The killer or killers vanished, leaving behind a trail of fear and unanswered questions. Some believe the perpetrator died or moved on. Others whisper about a cult, tying the symbol to occult rituals in the Midwest. Today, Route 66 is quieter, but the scars remain. Locals still report strange lights in the cornfields, and some swear they've seen a hooded figure on moonless nights. Was it a lone predator, or something darker? The truth is out there, buried somewhere along the Mother Road. But our journey isn't over. Our final story takes us to California, where a haunted highway holds a mystery that defies explanation. Highway 1, along California's Big Sur coast, is one of the most beautiful drives in America by day. By night, it's a place where the line between reality and the supernatural blurs. Since the 1980s, drivers have reported a chilling phenomenon, a phantom truck that appears out of nowhere, only to vanish into the fog. The legend began in 1983, when Sarah Thompson, a 40-year-old nurse, was driving home from Monterey. It was a stormy night, the kind where the Pacific Ocean roars like a living thing. As Sarah rounded a curve, she saw it, a massive, old-fashioned truck barreling toward her in her lane.
I swerved at the last second. My heart was pounding. I looked in my rearview mirror. But the truck was gone, not turned off, not pulled over, gone.
Sarah reported the incident to the California Highway Patrol, who found no evidence of another vehicle, but she wasn't alone. Over the next decade, dozens of drivers described the same truck, black, rusted, with headlights that seemed to burn. It always appeared on stormy nights, forcing cars off the road before vanishing. Locals tied the sightings to a 1965 tragedy. A logging truck lost control on Highway 1 during a storm, plunging into the ocean. The driver's body was never found, but his truck was recovered black, rusted, and eerily similar to the phantom vehicle. In 1995, a paranormal investigator named Daniel Ruiz set out to document the phenomenon. Armed with a camcorder, he drove Highway 1 during a storm, broadcasting live on a local radio station.
It's 1:03 a.m., and the fog is thick. Wait, something's coming. Oh my God, it's...
The broadcast cut off. Daniel's car was found the next morning, abandoned on a cliffside pullout. His camcorder was missing, but a single frame was recovered from the radio station's backup, a blurry image of a black truck, its headlights glowing like eyes. The phantom truck is still sighted today, especially during winter storms. Some say it's the ghost of the lost driver, doomed to relive his final moments. Others believe it's a warning, a reminder of the ocean's power. Whatever it is, Highway 1 remains a road where the living and the dead share the wheel. From Texas to Illinois to California, America's highways are more than just roads, they're pathways to the unknown. Have you ever seen something strange on a late-night drive? Maybe a figure in the fog, or headlights that shouldn't be? There. Drop your story in the comments. We'd love to hear it. And if you enjoyed this journey, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more true crime, paranormal, and suspense stories every week. Until next time, stay safe on the road.